Mr. Danny Yong, founder and chairman of the Majurity Trust, Mr. Martin Tan, CEO of the Majurity Trust, friends and colleagues in the social sector, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to all of you. Welcome to this year's Majurity Conversations and the launch of the Lam Soon New Horizon Fund. It is heartening to see all the social impact leaders gather here today. I'm sorry that I can't be there in person as I'm traveling, but I'm sending this recording because I want to convey my thanks to all of you for your dedication to serving society. The past 2 years have been challenging. Nevertheless, the community was resilient, in no small part thanks to the many Singaporeans from all walks of life who stepped up to help those in need and build a more caring, fair and just Singapore. For example, the Majurity Trust set up the Singapore Strong Fund in February 2020 to provide quick seed funding to students, volunteer groups and charities responding to the community needs amidst COVID-19. This was even before the circuit breaker was implemented. It worked in close partnership with MCCY to share data and co-fund ground-up initiatives. Together, we were able to rally the community to ensure urgent needs were met. The Singapore Strong Fund raised over $637,000 and supported 180 community projects that benefited over 290,000 beneficiaries and involved over 11,000 volunteers. It has since evolved to include the Ground Up at SG funding initiative, supporting ground-up groups serving the community. Some of the groups eventually progressed to become registered non-profit organizations and are now working hand-in-hand with other charities and government agencies. Many such new non-profits are founded by young people. This is a really positive sign that the next generation wants to engage and contribute to society. Having new players in the social impact ecosystem also means having new talents, skill sets, and innovative solutions to tackle the challenges of today and tomorrow. This is increasingly important as we operate in a rapidly changing landscape. These new non-profit startups are built to be more agile, to adapt quickly to changes like speedboats in uncharted waters, while our more established charities are like large ships able to weather severe storms with their experienced crew. We need them both in our social sector so that we stand ready to respond to any future challenges. However, these non-profit startups still need to test and refine their solutions, create sustainable revenue streams, and build capabilities to grow the organization in order to remain sustainable. This is where philanthropists and donors can play their part by funding and supporting new untested ideas that could potentially benefit the whole ecosystem. Solving big problems require trying new ways of doing things and constant iteration, which means failure is possible. But every failure is a step to success. Learning what works and what does not can benefit the sector as a whole. Philanthropy helps the sector by providing a conducive environment for growth. And I'm glad to see the efforts that philanthropic organizations like the Majurity Trust have made towards building the ecosystem and investing in capacity building so that non-profit startups can continue to innovate sustainably. In that vein, I'm happy to hear that the Majurity Trust is launching the 1 million Lam Soon New Horizon Fund. Made possible by the generous donation from the TL Wang Foundation, it is a first-of-its-kind incubator fund that provides seed funding and capacity building support for non-profit startups in the social sector. The fund has already approved 6 non-profits that further strengthen the support network for the community. And one of these non-profits is Impart, started by fresh graduate Joshua Tay and experienced youth worker Narasimhan. They developed a peer-driven approach to support youths facing adversity by meeting them where they are at. These peer volunteers partner professional youth workers from 14 different social service agencies to journey along with 220 youths through life's difficulties and challenges. Another example is the Tapestry Project, founded by Nicole Kay. Nicole's own lived experience led her to start an organization to provide upstream mental health solutions. Her team collaborates closely with schools, corporates, and community organizations to offer narrative therapy, where participants explore old narratives or one's life in new ways as a tool for early intervention, so as to reduce the overall burden of care downstream. It is critical for us to continue to strengthen the work of new organizations such as Impart and the Tapestry Project because they help identify and channel resources to new and emerging needs. The fund also includes a mentorship component where grant recipients are paired with established leaders from the NCSS Social Service Fellowship and the Lam Soon New Horizon Fund Grant Panel for guidance and for support. On top of that, grant recipients are also invited to take up a co-working space at the Majurity Trust's office. This allows grant recipients to easily tap onto their collective expertise and resources of others in the space, facilitate collaboration with one another, other startups and agencies, and subsequently scale up their work. Form must also follow function, and our solutions must keep evolving to meet changing needs. I hope that the launch of the Lamsoon New Horizon Fund will support our social sector to remain innovative, to better support and empower the vulnerable and disadvantaged. And I also encourage all the social impact leaders gathered here today to continue experimenting and exploring so that we can stand ready to address future challenges, not just quickly, but also flexibly. Let me express my appreciation to the Majurity Trust and the keynote and panel speakers for sharing your insights and experience at today's Majurity Conversations. With that, I'm pleased to launch the Lamsoon New Horizon Fund. I wish all of you a very fruitful time. Thank you very much.